Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Musical People and Journeys rock show. What is this episode all about? Well, let me quickly explain. Every month we do a what we call a kind of festival rock show where me and my friends, we basically review around about 12 rock albums per month, and we rate them out of 5. And you know, just for fun and just for you guys to see what the latest and the greatest in the rock album world is. However, so it's an hour-long show. So what these shows are, what this one-off show is, to take a single album review for you to listen to, which will be about maybe 10 minutes, and for you to kind of, so if you just want to hear, you know, the latest Ghost album rather than listen to the whole show, then you can have a sample of what we're all about, and hopefully, if you enjoy, you can come back and watch the whole show from start to beginning with all the albums kind of reviewed as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe our show, and to spread the message about what we do. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this single album review and the actual show itself. Thank you very much. Freedom! Oh, Will. It's everything. It's journey, people. And we're on a journey, and it is freedom. Welcome to the stage, one of the most iconic acts, which is Journey, formed in 1973 from former members of Santana and the Steve Miller Band. Hits such as Don't Stop Believing, this, their 16th studio album. But
what melody was that? You're going to sing the song, you need to sing the right song.
That's not how the song goes.
I know. I didn't say I was any good. I'm tone deaf. Me and Simon are cut from the same cloth. Okay.
To be fair, it hasn't been played much, so you can forgive us for that.
This is their 16th studio album, but it's their first album since 2011, and their lead singer is Arnel Pindada, is a lead singer since 2007. So, will Journey have reinvented themselves or not? I mean, we have to go to Mr. Dad Rock himself on the start of this review, because obviously this is from your era, Ian. Journey and Freedom, talk to me. Did it set you free?
So we've had some great albums along the way. We've got some new additions to new musical genres and styles to my ears today, to wet things, and we've had some fives, and they're great. And now we've got, as you say, you said iconic band. I think it's iconic soul more than iconic band, but they are indeed a well-known, great band. And I had such high expectations, and they delivered meh, just meh. I appreciated what I was listening to. Yes, you're never going to get another Don't Stop Believing, and we don't want another Don't Stop Believing. That's just been played to death. And I was expecting something perhaps a little bit more evolved. You know, like who did we have? It was Alexis on Fire. You talk about their maturity and how they've evolved. I was kind of expecting the same from Journey. And it was just more generic soft metal. In the 80s, we had albums called Soft Metal, Pure Metal, Precious Metal, and all collections of the big sort of like easy listening rock. And it was just another. There was literally nothing that stood out. I couldn't say I like this track because I like that track before. I didn't dislike the album. It was a bit meh. And to be honest with you, a lot of them just made me think of a Phil Collins 80s film soundtrack, to be fair. That's probably being a little bit harsh compared to the score I'm going to give, but it's, you know, it's up there. It's compared against a fantastic stage today. Maybe that, you know, made it didn't seem quite as good as perhaps maybe if there was some previous weeks. But yeah, it was unfortunately meh for me.
Unfortunately for Journey, this panel is probably the other than Ian is probably the worst possible panel to have them as a headline act on. Really, oh dear. Simon, Journey, Freedom. Tell me something. I know you hadn't heard of Marillion. Have you heard of Journey at least?
Oh, possibly heard them in passing at some point. I think this is a curse of the headliner. I feel like we've had an amazing show. We've had a lot of energy. It's really crept up and really sort of had some great acts on the stage. But I don't know, maybe the organisers thought it was time everyone needs to go home, so they're putting on, that kind of like elevator music, really just bore everyone, make them try and vacate as quick as they can from the venue because they want to start cleaning up. This album was so boring. Just nothing happened. No highs, not even particularly lows. It just felt like the same song for 15 tracks, also way too long. I just really did not enjoy this at all. I wish Journey would go back to the drawing table and redo this because they have some absolutely amazing hits. They have some great stuff in their back catalogue. I feel like this album is going to needs to disappear and sort of be forgotten from the records.
Oh, poor Journey. Will you? I'm not even going to suggest that you're going to throw these guys a lifeline. Right. So, Will, what did you think of Journey? And you must have heard of Journey.
I've heard a song, a certain one song, and I'd been quite happy if the only song I'd ever heard of theirs was that. To be honest, I feel like the album suffers from a problem that Journey themselves have. The album goes on for far too long, and they've been making music for far too long. Just stop.
No, they can't stop believing, mate. They can't stop believing.
They can, and they should. I'd actually encourage it if they just. If I didn't know this album came out in 2022, you would not think it. I don't know if it's just. I'm sure Nathan can say fancy Music Man words. But it doesn't sound like it was recorded today. It has that weird, like, unclean, unpolished sound that old music had when they didn't have good enough technology to make it actually sound good and clean. It's just a bit naff, isn't it?
Nate,
Stop making music.
The musicality, Nate. Can you put some fancy musicality, Music Man words here? What did you think of Journey? And I presume you've heard of them as well.
Yeah, I've heard of Journey, only because I am a dedicated High School Musical fan, as I'm sure you can imagine. I mean, yeah. I really liked it. Right. What? I know, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I'm as shocked as you. I know, I'm as shocked as you. I put it on and Alana was like, what the fuck are you listening to? I'm like, this is Journey. And she's like, yeah, does it need to be? Can we turn it on? All right. But I think what I think I made a disconnect because listening to you guys speak, I really actually agree with everything you've said, but I just got in too involved with the guitar, right? So the guitar to me sounds like Steve Lukather from Toto. All of the guitar work sounds like Toto to me, and having seen the rest of Alexis sort of not really a part of this, but the solo ability of everybody else. Jeff Beck's his own sort of weirdness, okay, but the other bands are very much look at all the notes I know. Here they all are. You know what I mean? Whereas the playing in Journey, there's seasoned musicians that know when holding one note with decent vibrato is better than a 24 note run up and down the fretboard just to show how fast you can play. And I fucking appreciate that. one note can be better than 100. That's why Santana is so popular. I know he's not for everyone, but Santana can, with his guitar sound, Eric Clapton too, they can hold a note and make you involved in that note. Less can be more. Also, Journey's singer, whose name I don't have, I'm sure he was very produced. It was a very overproduced album, but he sounds fucking incredible. And I have to imagine he's roughly Ian's age, so he's at least 178. And and he sounds sorry, mate, I love you. He sounds great. The band sound great. It sounds like Journey. If you like Journey, you're really gonna like it. If you don't like Journey, you won't. It will get a higher mark from me because I put it on grudgingly. Like, fuck, I can't. But I've just listened to Alexis on Fire. I just had the pleasant surprise of liking Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp, and then like maybe I was just in a good. Maybe that's it. I was just in a good mood. But I even wrote down like names of. I don't do this, but like amazing. Sounds like Steve Lukather. Journey Ever Same as Ever. It's awesome solo. You know, it's hand grasping music in the air, like and that's kind of not my bag. But I had in the moment, I was sort of like, yeah, go on, lads, on your way, have fun. And I'll never listen to it again, but it made me happy for an afternoon.
Yeah. I suppose I echo what Ian and I think I'm on the same page as Ian and Nate here. If you like Journey, you will love this album. For me though, it was just a rehash of Journey. It could have well been like their greatest hits. Put Don't Stop Believing, and you would have thought that all the other songs would have come probably from all the other albums. There was nothing really new here. It was well produced, it was well sung. There were some lovely moments in there. Again, it was just okay. It didn't hit my downloads. It's certainly not going to get on repeat, but it was just a nice. I think you've summed it up. It was a nice, pleasant listen to, without it being. Just like it was better than you couldn't rate it below, you know, some of the opening acts we've got here because it was just okay. But I think you've got to appreciate that Journey sound. But it was just, and I agree also with what Will said. It was very Will or Simon, one of the two. It was just like. You felt every song was very similar. There wasn't a massive amount of variation in there as well, which kind of dead down a bit, but it was just okay from that perspective. Anyway,
I thought that we were talking about Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp and it being a PR and promotion for each other. I definitely got the feeling they've just produced an album to get Don't Stop Believing back in the stadium and in the arenas again. I thought there was an element of that. It's like, let's have an album. We know that people come for that song.
Well, I don't know, mate, but they've taken 11 years to do it. So they haven't actually done an album. Yeah, they were very prolific. I think they were very prolific up until then. But yeah, so.
That's because 11 years ago, High School Musical did "Don't Stop Believing," and Journey went, "Oh fuck, we've got to go again."
We don't need to let the royalties roll in, people. Oh shit, the royalties have stopped. No. We better produce an album. But yeah.
Sorry, just a little bit. It was Glee. Not High School Musical.
Oh, is it Glee?
Yeah,
shit.
Even worse, it was Glee.
It's just otherwise there's going to be people commenting saying,
I'm getting...
Which is just...
Mate, I'll take a comment! You know. Comments! Comments! Don't stop teasing.
Comments and likes.
The missus next to me is shouting it wasn't High School Musical. But I couldn't hear. I just thought she was angry that I was still talking about Journey. But no, apologies. It is indeed Glee, Internet land.
Yeah, no. It was High School Musical. Podcast. Put some comments down there. Let's have a comment fight between Glee versus... Hey, rock bands.
Can you imagine
Glee
a gang war?
Musical.
A gang war between Glee versus High School Musical.
It's so great.
To watch that. That'd be amazing.
Have you ever seen
a little sing-off?
Any comment? I'll take it. Right,
people
let's get
fighting
our rating,
with pom-poms.
Ian.
Little pop sing-offs.
So yeah, 2 out of 5.
2.
Yeah,
Fuck
2.
me, Jenny's
2.
going to get the highest score from me. Oh,
No, I thought, mate, mine's higher than that. You're all right. Will,
1.5.
Simon,
Just because they meant that I left the venue early and beat the traffic, 0.5.
Nathan.
oh fuck.
You know, genuinely
I
panicked.
can't be this guy.
You are now.
Genuinely
Hey,
panicked.
I'm going to give you a reasonably good score, so don't worry about it.
I think
Nate, me and you have swapped roles here.
I think it's a 3. I think it's a 3. I think.
Nate,
Yeah.
me and you on the same page, mate. You're all right. You're not alone.
Ah,
I'm not sure if that's better or worse.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
I'm also giving it a 3, Nate. You're all right. You're okay. You're all right.
I made people listen to Monuments. I can't be giving Journey a 3.
Yeah, but Monuments was fantastic.
Yeah.
That
No,
was a
Monuments was
great
not
song.
fantastic. Monuments was terrible, but there we go. So,
Great.
6.5, 7, 8. It did get to double figures. And so, I mean, we've given it the same as Taz Taylor, for God's sake. And it was better than bloody Taz Taylor.
Oh, shit.
I know, right?
Yeah, it was way better than that.
Yeah, but anyway, Simon and Will didn't think so. So there we go. No, they prefer the.
But
They
even
prefer
Journey,
probably
even
the best
Journey-
guitar. They preferred probably the best guitarist you've never heard of.
they're probably the best band to have ever played Don't Stop Believing.
Second best.
Although the
But we
was
did
pretty
give
good in Glee.
We did give both Journey and Taz Taylor. The overall was it's all right.
Well, anyway, look, in summary, we got a new Hall of Fame with Alexis on Fire. Congratulations to those guys. Sinner nearly made it, 19.5. That was obviously a very good album as well. And then everything else kind of paled away into insignificance, not to be ever remembered, and into the bowels of maybe the top 100, but not for long. Anyway, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Nate, from the banks of Loch, wherever he is in Scotland. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Would you say it's been a journey?
Oh, definitely, and it's been on fire. It's been on fire. So there we go. Thank you, Ian, for joining us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Simon.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, Will. And goodbye to everybody. Tune in next month. We are even more on fire because we're going to have something about 7 or 8 albums on each show to review because of so many releases, people. So many great releases. Okay, tune in next month. And thank you very much for joining us. Please like and subscribe. And we hope you enjoy it. And you hope listening to our rantings. And keep on rocking and keep on your own journeys. Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye.